Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I haven't got a watch review for you at all. This is purely tools. As many of you know, I'm now studying watch and clock making and have been doing it for a few months now, and subsequently there is a lot of tools you have to buy, and it is expensive. There's no ifs or buts about it. Some things are worth spending money on, some things you can get away with spending the money on. Now, the reason why I have two sets of tweezers is a simple fact is I've had my university work where you need all your tools, but I also do work at home. I service watches for people here. So when it came to tweezers, basically the top brand is Dumount, and they make beautiful tweezers. There's no ifs or buts here. They are very, very, very impressive. They do come at a premium though. Just this number 5s. If you're not familiar, basically tweezers you can get number 1, 2, 1, 3 and 5 are the most common. Number 1 being a bit more heavy duty, number 3 a little bit finer, number 5 obviously very fine. Now the number 5 here is around about 50 quid. This is incredibly expensive, and for once Bergeon, which I have a set of Bergeons over here, are actually cheap, because their tweezers here, you buy them in a set of 3. They come in a little Bergeon bag, and basically you get number 1, 3 and 5. Now for that I paid I think at Walsh's it's around about £50 plus VAT. You get a little bit of a discount being that you're a student. So you're talking 1 tweezer for the entire set of 3 of the Bergeons. Now, honestly, when it comes to the feel of them and how well the tips actually connect, honestly, I think for what, yeah, I'd say for, it's kind of unusual to say that Bergeon actually is the cheaper, and I prefer out of the 2 sets. They're very nice. I would say out of the springiness here, there's more resistance. It's a tough one really, but there really isn't that much between them. Now, obviously the Dumount tweezers are signed all inside. They are very nice, quite nicely finished, but the Bergeons are got a more softer feel to them. So they are very well finished, and honestly, for the price, I would, if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't have brought the Dumount tweezers. I must admit, one I would say is the brass tweezers from Dumount. These are absolutely gorgeous. These aren't mine, unfortunately. These are my friend Ben's, and I think these are absolutely gorgeous. They're a really, really nice set of tweezers, but again, you pay for it. Other tweezers I have in these boxes are a set of Horotech. Now these are the carbon tip ones, very good for picking up delicate items, and here is a very cheap one I have in this box. As you can see, the difference on the tips, there's a lot of difference there. Now, the only problem I had with the Horotech ones when I brought them, they weren't particularly expensive, £26, was they don't open very far, and there's very little resistance. I didn't like them at all. I really, because they feel like aluminium. They haven't got a nice feel to them at all. But what I did, I wedged a piece of brass in there. So because I wanted them to open a little bit bigger if I wanted to pick up a balance or something like that. So not a big fan, but they do work well. Other ones we have in these little, in my box here, we have a set of titanium tweezers from Cousins. Now, these feel completely different. They almost feel too light. They are very nice, and also they come in a lot cheaper. These are around about £10 each, and they are very good. The tips line up, if I show you here, the tips line up pretty well. And if you're on a budget, these are also very, very good. So that's something to be aware of. I've got a very cheap set of brass ones here, which are good when I'm heat treating things, trying to get blue something. But as you can see from my finger recently, I've been deciding to burn myself, as you do. They're a cheap set from Cousins, but very handy. And I have some carbon tweezers, good for batteries. If you wonder about the boxes, these are also from Cousins, but they only come with the foam. I've added all the extra, like velour stuff. It's just sticky back and goes in there nicely. It just secures them a little bit better in there. So anyway, that's my little thing. But if I had to do it again, I say I would go for the Bergeon set, because I simply think they're incredibly nice and they're cheaper, which is just seems strange saying that about anything to do with Bergeon. So anyway, all the best, guys, and stay safe out there. Bye.